Hi guys, it's Riley. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe, and let's get on with the video. So today we are going to be talking about a channel on YouTube that is like a music channel, and you might not know them or you might do know them. It's called Cimorelli. It has 5.3 million subscribers, and sometimes I make videos about people and you're like, Riley, I don't even know who this person is. And I get it because YouTube is like a really huge platform. Like, you're not gonna know like everyone I make videos on half of the time, you know, it's completely fine. So basically they are a band on YouTube. It's a group of sisters who sing together. Basically they go on tour, they make covers, they do all that. They have been on YouTube for a very long time, and one of their videos went in my recommended, and the video is Dani is leaving the band. So the youngest sister out of the band is leaving, and it was like a very emotional video. Like, a lot of them were crying throughout the whole video.
Want that obviously on our faces. It's hard, and it's not something that I really want to do. It's hard to explain. Obviously I want to do it because I'm leaving, but I don't know how to explain it. It's something that I look back on with a lot of love and nostalgia and gratitude, but it's also something that's the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. So
I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is a big deal to them. And then one of the reasons why they said that she was leaving, like, she wasn't kicked out or anything like that. She wants to work on graphic design and she wants to do her own thing that doesn't really have to do with music right now. A couple days go by, and then one of her videos, because she has a separate channel, goes in my recommended. So I watched one of her videos, something about being married at 19 years old. I'm like, oh, like, she's 19 and she's married, like, okay, cool. So I'm reading the comments again as I'm watching the video, and people are really concerned about her relationship, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, why are people so concerned her marriage with this guy? I didn't understand it. Okay, maybe this is only this one video. Like, maybe people are just like talking about it under this one video. Like, it can't be all of the videos. But no, I watched nearly all of her videos on her channel, and the comments are just filled with concerns. People are like, this guy's a red flag. I see many red flags in this video, like this and this and that and the third. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is going on here? And I'm like, okay, what's the like root of this? And people, like fans of hers, are coming up with like so many theories why she left the band. People think that she actually didn't leave the band for graphic design. People think that she left the band because her husband doesn't want her to be around family, and they think that her husband wants her to be secluded from everyone and just not involved with the family. And I'm like, why would people think that? Like, that's such like a weird thing to think, even especially if you don't know the person. So I did some digging, and she has an Instagram. So I looked at her Instagram, and she has pictures from her wedding, and it doesn't look like a traditional wedding. A traditional wedding has, you know, the bride and the groom. Usually the bride's in the white dress, the groom is in a tuxedo, and she has her bridesmaids, he has his groomsmen, and then the flower girl. You know, you guys know what a wedding looks like. And I looked at the pictures, and it didn't look like she had bridesmaids, didn't look like he had groomsmen. The way she dressed was very traditional, but the way he dressed was very non-traditional. I mean, and it's your wedding, you don't have to dress like a traditional way. It just really showed that they really took the non-traditional route when doing this wedding, and people were commenting and people were saying that her sisters didn't like the Instagram post and they didn't comment on the Instagram post. So they think that's weird, and the fans think that her family isn't supportive of her marriage. So again, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, why wouldn't her family be supportive of the marriage? Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. Maybe because she's 19, that could be a reason, or it could be because of him. And I'm thinking again, I'm like, okay, why wouldn't they want her to get married to him? So I did some more digging, and they have a video titled How Like They Met. I'm like, okay, like, let me watch this video, let me get some background details about what's going on over here. So I watched the video. To my knowledge, he was a fan of hers, so she basically married a fan, and people thought that it was a huge red flag because he just seemed like this obsessed fan over her. He has his own band too. The fans just took that video that he was a obsessed fan over her, and that's why he wanted to marry her, because like he was just this obsessed person, and maybe he's like using her to seek fame or something like that. And she already has a very successful band with her sisters.
That's one of my best friends. Oh my god, nothing happened. We shot photos, and then she was like, hey, you should come to the Cimorelli'S show, because coincidentally, she was playing in town.
And I will add also that Acacia texted me around that time, and she was like, hey, this kid is in love with you, and he has a huge crush on you, and he wants to talk to you. And she sent me his Instagram, and I vividly remember seeing it, and I was like kind of uncomfortable because I didn't know him. And
I don't get uncomfortable when I look at random people's Instagrams.
Look, it was just like I clicked on his page, and I was like, why is he in love with me? Like, he doesn't know me. That's so weird. And I was like scrolling through.
You're attractive, I'm attractive. We're two attractive people.
People were like, watch out for this guy. Like, this guy doesn't really seem like he has right intentions for you. Just based off of that one video, people were thinking that he was cocky, he was disrespectful because he was talking over her, and he was very dismissive of what she said. She would say something, and he would be like, okay, whatever.
No, because it wasn't really a big deal. It was just like,
oh,
friends. To him, he was freaking out.
It's actually your fiance. It's a huge deal.
But to me,
it was a
just like,
very big
whatever.
deal.
And so that's why I stopped texting you, because I was like, this guy really likes me. I can't talk to this other guy.
Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, whatever.
And people just thought that was rude. They just didn't like him. And as the videos kept going of them together, people are just like, we don't like this at all. Then they make a video about getting married at 19 and like why they got married at 19. And this was basically their reasoning.
How did you know? Oh my gosh.
Have you seen me?
Emin.
I look like a freaking statue.
He's joking.
I was joking.
Keep going. What were you saying?
No, that was you. How did you know?
How did you know? You were the one who knew first, not me.
Well, Dani was my first real girlfriend, and I did that kind of intentionally because I knew like dating is for marriage. So I kind of just didn't. So I was thinking that if there was any girl that was good for me to date, and again, this I thought years ago, if there was any girl that was good for me to date, then I would probably end up marrying that girl. I kind of knew that since the beginning.
Yeah, you kind of like saved your first relationship for one that you knew would last.
Yeah, because then why are you dating if you're going to break up? It's the same thing. I'm a firm believer in the 1920s. You pick each other, and that's it.
Look, I did not have the same perspective. I was a wild child. I dated a lot of people. I just kind of knew he was the one. I don't know how to explain it. I think a lot of people who are married
Probably because my biceps.
would understand that, because it's not something you can explain. You can look at it very factually and think, okay, he makes me feel safe, I'm the best person I've been in this relationship, I'm pushed towards good things, blah blah blah. You can look at all those things, but in combination with that, it's just kind of like a feeling of security, like you're getting married and you're not freaking out because you're like, yeah, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel pressure to get married so fast because of religious reasons? No. To be frank, no.
To be 100% frank.
To be 1,000% frank.
I didn't even feel like it was fast.
Yeah.
You know, I said, I thought the girl I was going to date was going to be the girl I was going to marry. So it just felt like the next step.
We went into it thinking, this is never going to end. This is forever. This is always going to be happening. It's not like, we're going to marry 19 and see what happens. Oh, it'll be so fun. We love each other so much. No, because we know that at some point in our lives, it's going to get hard and it's going to be a really intense thing that we have to be really serious about.
Yeah.
So we didn't go into it lightly, and we didn't rush into it for any reason. We literally just knew that it was the right thing. So no.
And people are just like really concerned for her and her marriage with this guy, because people see a lot of red flags in this. People think that he's really toxic. During the videos, it's mostly him talking. She's not really talking that much, and when she does talk, he's kind of talking over her sometimes. And she just seems very quiet and very, you know, to herself, and people think that she seems secluded. So I'm just addressing like all the comments that I've been seeing, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like why hasn't anyone been talking about this? I don't know. So I just want people, if you are like a fan of hers or whatever, just keep in mind that you don't know her. You don't know her relationship with this guy. You don't know that much about her. You probably know 10% of her whole life. So just be kind. Concerns for her, like, they are valid, but you don't see every single thing that goes on in her marriage. Be reminded of that. Like, you don't really know these people that well. So yeah, that's all I want to say. But the fact that all the comments are just like they're not horrible. Like, people aren't saying this in a horrible way. Like, these people are like actually concerned about her, which makes it like even more scary in my opinion. And she doesn't address it, but all of her comments are filled with these concerns, and she's not addressing it. She's acting like, you know, she doesn't see anything. People just, I mean, they have the right to be concerned, and there is a lot of stuff that doesn't really line up together. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the situation. If you are familiar with the situation, if you know about the situation, or if you don't know about the situation. I'm sorry if you guys don't know these YouTubers. But anyway, oh my gosh. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Bye guys. Love you.